Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is my boundaries video assignment. Over this past course, there were three really big boundaries that I feel like stood out to me. The first one being cultivating my garden, and I found this first in when Grice Owens talks about connections, and then again in the relationships chapter. I've always, don't want to say been friends with the wrong people, but not always chosen the right ones to be in my garden. And he refers to the two types of people that can bring negative energy as weeds and gnomes. And the biggest challenge for me here is that some of those weeds and gnomes consist of family members. So if I weed those out and I pull them out or I remove them, then it creates a more negative atmosphere of them trying to bring their way back in. So a big plan is to kind of step away and limit my time with them so that I'm not getting down on myself and effectively hurting my mental health. And so I think that would be a really big help, is just limiting time, but still trying to find time to let them know, like, hey, we're still family. I still love you guys, but I've got these big things like school going on, like my 2 jobs, like my other stuff in my life going on, that is just a bit more of a priority than to sit there and hurt my mental health, which is what has been happening a lot recently. And so I think it truly shows me how much I need to weed out my garden. The second boundary is time management. Blocking out time to do my schoolwork and blocking out time to do work. I have a very busy schedule, and working in ministry does not help that. It's very spontaneous. It's jumping up to work with youth students. It's jumping up to work with my kids' students. It's someone presents you a problem like, hey, someone left this room a mess, and I have to go do it almost immediately. On top of that, the third boundary is saying no, but we will touch that in a minute. But for time management and everything, Grice Owens created a list of great boundaries to do, and one of the biggest ones is just blocking out time where I do say no, where I shut my phone off, where I zero in on schoolwork or work. Sadly, I have 2 very big jobs in life right now, and one is my schoolwork. Not sadly, I'm blessed, but I do have 2 very big jobs in my life right now, and one of those is schoolwork, and another one is essentially building a job up from the ground, because I was given my kids' ministry position at my local church, but no one had ever had my job before that. This church has been established for almost 100 years now, and they never had anyone ever come in and build a kids ministry position. So my biggest stressor in life is building that up, having no one to go off of, and not having the experience either. Which brings me to the third boundary that I learned through Grice Owens' textbook, which was saying no. And I have always felt like I have an obligation to everyone, especially friends. I grew up not having a great friend group and having a lot of negativity in my life. So now that I am a Christian and I have these Christian friends, I would feel awful to say no to them to certain things, because I would love to be in fellowship with them. But even in those moments, it could still be hurting what I could be doing work-wise. And so the biggest part is finding a balance and having time blockers specifically where I get my schoolwork done through this time, and then I have this fun time on like the weekends. So, yeah.